Hi and welcome. Great to see your smiling faces again. Today we're going to talk about how to create a small business here in the Philippines. Now it doesn't matter if you're in the Philippines or any country, this information is still relevant. But we've had some great questions recently for some Filipino students from our local town, actually from Rosario. Here's one from Laura. How to start a business with a small amount of capital? That's a great question, Laura. And basically, I thought quite hard about how to answer this. And there's many ways I could answer it. But then what I realized fundamentally, that there is a mindset question here. And rather than talk to you about specific building blocks and nitty-gritties, I decided today to answer your question by talking about mindset. Because that question is a great question, but it assumes one thing, that you don't have any money, or you don't think you've got any money, and you don't know where to find a lot of money. So there's some interesting questions, and it's all about mindset. So let's get started. Yoo-hoo! Hi, I'm David Anthony. UBLA Unripped is all about helping you go further and faster in business and in life. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. And so far you've got any value, hit the like button. Today, we started talking about mindset. Mindset is, as I mentioned, something sometimes abstract for people. It's actually very simple. It starts with education. I've located myself here for a specific reason. And as you can see back here, you might remember back to one of our earlier videos. If you've not seen this about value, go and watch it now. You'll see the link up at the top. Today we're not talking about value, we're talking about mindset and starting a business. If you're not spending the time educating yourself, your mind is not going to be able to change its set from here to here. It's a small shift that you need to make, but if you don't make that, you're going to have a lot of problems. As I mentioned earlier, when I started my first business, I didn't do any education. I didn't educate myself. And that didn't even get started, didn't even get off the ground. That was LiftLink. Watch this video here and I'll talk a little bit about that story. My next business was basically a advertising and marketing and magazine business. I struggled for 3 years with that business. That didn't really make me any money even after 3 years. We sort of broke even. I didn't educate myself. Then I learned. I spent 2 years educating myself all about business and finance and everything. I came across an amazing guy during that time called Robert Kiyosaki. I recommend you study his stuff. Now look at this chart here. This is a simple chart, 4 quadrants. At the top is the employee sector. That's where most people start. They start as an employee. But notice that there's a barrier between each of those sectors. It's like a wall. You have to educate yourself to climb over that wall. So look at these other 3 sectors here. From employee, you move to self-employed. From self-employed to business to investor. Those 4 sectors give you an insight into the different mindsets that you need to be able to do different things. Each one of those 4 quadrants, you've got to re-educate yourself. And over time, you can learn how to do it, but you must keep learning. A lot of people go from being an employee to being self-employed. They actually think they're in business. They find out that they're really not in business when they've not basically made a lot of money, and if they don't work, they don't get paid. So you know when you're in a real business, as I've mentioned before, is that you sleep, you wake up in the morning, you got more money in your bank account. And it's as simple as that. And you got a team running the show. That's what a real business is about. But if you're a self-employed person, you might not realize the mindset that is needed to be a business owner. We started UBLA Business School because we firmly believe that business is the difference and that business has the power to lift individuals and community out of poverty while at the same time taking care of the environment. A week ago we created a video about business cycles. We've had a lot of comments about our crops in our field and how they're going on. So here's an update. Watch this video. How do you get that mindset? Well, you just educate yourself. You keep on going, you keep learning, you keep practicing, but as you're doing your business, you must keep learning. The incredible thing about mindset is that it's just about focus. It's not something like abstract and something that is not easy to achieve. It's something very easy to achieve. Here, let me show you. Put your finger on your nose. Okay, now look at your finger. Can you see your finger? Yes, you can. Now put your other finger here. Now, focus on this finger. Do you see the finger on your nose? Well, you do, but you don't. It's out of focus. Now move your focus to your nose. Now, do you see the other finger? Well, sort of, but not really. You see the finger on your nose. You only see what you're focused on. Here's another example. Look over here. Now, the information that you want might just be here, but you're not going to see it because you're going to have to turn your head and just look at it. It's like, wow. That is how easy mindset is. It's as simple as moving your focus from here to here. When I first started in business, my mindset was all over the place. It wasn't the right mindset. It was the mindset of an employee. I've been an employee for years, but I've never been a business person. So I got started in business, but I had the wrong mindset. It's possible to start a business with no money. I've done that. I started Fast Feast in New Zealand with 200 New Zealand dollars. We sold that business after 12 months for over $80,000. And we made cash flow profit during that time as well. We had it fully staffed with 3 staff. So we made money from day one, from week one, in fact. The thing is, the only way I could have done that was I educated myself. I went and studied. I learned how to do that. I learned how to buy a business for nothing down. And from that, I put it into action. Then I kept learning. Every step of the way, I learned. I didn't stop studying. Coming to study, if you're not reading at least one business article per day, you're not going to be up to par and up to speed to really start producing amazing businesses. You need to be reading one book, an ebook or any book, at least once a week, and one article about business per day. You must study, and you should do that for the rest of your life, non-stop. And especially when you want to start something new. Like now, what we're doing with UBLA, what I'm doing here with UBLA Unripped, I didn't know anything about video. I've had to learn and study. And I've had to keep stepping up and stepping forward. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to keep stepping up, stepping forward, and moving forward and learning. And slowly your mindset will change. The fastest way to start a business is get a mentor. Get somebody who will help you along the way. That is the best way to get started. But sometimes that's not always possible to get a face-to-face mentor. But people like me can be your mentor. You might not even know me, but you can study me. You can study other people who are successful in doing things and who have done things. You can study them. You don't even need to know the people for them to be a mentor for you. So I hope you've got some great value out of today. Give us a thumbs up if you have. Now, one way to find how to create a successful business is learn about the mistakes that you could be making. Check out this list here. It's a whole watch list of why do small businesses fail. So there's 6 videos in that series. Go and watch it now. I think you'll get a lot of value from this. So take care. Thank you very much and catch you again very soon. Bye.